Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone listening to this presentation. I hereby welcome you to this year 2022 Construction in the 21st Century Global, the 12th International Conference held at Amman in Jordan, dated May 16 to 19, 2022. I'm to present a paper titled A Critical Review of Barriers Hindering Beam Integration of Operation and Maintenance Phase in Existing Building, compiled by myself, James OLAONIPEKUN TOYIN, and Dr. Ms. Meumo Modupe Cecilia from the Department of Construction Management and Quantity Surveying, Durban University of Technology, South Africa, with paper number 39. Presentation outline. This study will follow through introduction, purpose of the study, research methodology, findings and discussion, then conclusion and recommendation for future studies. Introduction. The idea of building information modeling started during the third industrial revolution stage. The focus initially started from the planning and design phase, wherein advanced to the cost, procurement, and construction phase. Even though there is a rise trend in BIM adoption within the built environment industry, its use has only been for some new projects in recent years towards operation and maintenance phase of the building. Moreover, it has been reported by numerous researchers that BIM can function in the operation and maintenance phase, which can be used for innovation, defect detection, energy usage analysis, installation and monitoring of firefighting equipment, safety in facility management, demolition, and so on. Facilities Net 2021 reported that for facility managers, building information modeling database can be a powerful new tool to enhance building performance and manage operation more efficiently throughout the building life cycle. Nevertheless, claims have been made frequently since BIM's inception. BIM could be seen as a suitable platform that can handle more extensive and more complicated buildings and can be used in all categories of building types. Since BIM is seen as a platform for managing reliable building information throughout a building's life cycle, it is appropriate to include maintenance and project close-up procedure data information. Now, information is an essential driving power that support day-to-day efficiency and productive operation and maintenance of building facilities. Yet, the facility management sector is still struggling with information management, primarily due to information's uniqueness and divisions. Currently, BIM experts and build professionals are working tremendously to integrate the BIM model into existing buildings operation and maintenance phase, thereby allowing existing buildings and facility managers to enjoy the accruable benefits of BIM. Purpose of this study. Over 90% of existing residential buildings do not have a functioning BIM. Recently, there has been a growing consideration for BIM implementation in existing residential buildings. This study therefore focused on investigating the barriers hindering BIM integration of operation and maintenance phase in existing buildings through a critical review. Research methodology. This study adopts a critical systematic review of published articles in conference proceedings, books, theses, and academic journals on the state of art of BIM in an existing building operation and maintenance phase. This study has a review framework which follows 4 steps. Step 1, formulation of research question. Step 2, search approach. Step 3, additional article search using contacted paper preference. Then step 4, findings and discussion. Research findings. From the document retrieved for this review, Figure 2 shows the retrieved publication source, wherein 70% were from journal articles, 14% were from conference paper, 7% were from books and book chapters, then 4% were from theses. Now, Figure 3 shows the statistics of retrieved article per year of publication. Now, these statistics shows us the number of articles that talks about each of the classified barriers grouping. Now, for instance, for the documentation factor, we have 15 articles talks about this barrier from the 56 documents retrieved. Likewise, technical factors, we have 21. Personal factor, we have 14. Professional management factor, we have 19. Financial factor, we have 7. Security factor, we have 7. Also, need for BIM in an existing building. BIM could be used to store inspection and repair information history, help to facilitate locating building elements and components during inspection and management, help to facilitate the incorporation of building facility data into BIM databases and display the drawing of such components. Then BIM for facility management, area of application. Now, mobile localization of building resources, digital assets with real-time data access, space management, renovation/retrofitting planning and feasibility studies, maintainability studies, energy analysis and control, safety/emergency management. Then the findings shows that BIM has a promising and crucial role in the operation and maintenance phase of building. Then BIM state of art in existing building. Recently, there has been an increasing interest in adopting BIM for existing buildings. This shows there has been an advancement over the years to what Volk et al. 2014 reported. The lack of proper adoption in this phase is relatively rare to the limited use of BIM in the operation and maintenance phase of the existing building. This could be traced to barriers encountered during its integration. Over the years, researchers have been able to identify some barriers. This study critically reviewed those barriers. This study identified 18 barriers, which were further grouped under 6 headings. We have 1, documentation factor. Those are the barriers encountered due to improper operation and maintenance record keeping, unavailability of reliable data that provides reliable information or evidence or serves as a record. Technical factors. Those factors are called BIM limiting factor, emanating through inappropriate software use or standard of data available during the integration of BIM in the operation and maintenance phase of the existing building. Personnel factors. These categories of barriers factors involves the whole building production team, including the client. This could be seen as a team members' actions towards BIM integration in existing building. Professional management factors. Those are the barriers that can be traced to the slackness of the operation and maintenance team members in control of BIM integration in existing building. Financial factors. Those are barriers discouraging BIM implementation which are cost related. Security factors. Those barriers also stand to limit BIM implementation in the existing building. Cybersecurity and data ownership of data cannot be overlooked in BIM progression. Conclusion, suggestion, and future research. This study found that BIM implementation was first proposed in early 2000 for the heritage building of maintenance and operation phase, wherein a design was generated according to the available structures. This was done in order to retain memories in the society. In this study, it was seen that publication on BIM for existing buildings started evolving in 2021 and 2011, wherein 18 barriers were identified. Understanding those barriers made it possible for the author to systematically group them under 6 groups. It is recommended that those barriers should be critically investigated and treated accordingly without leaving anyone unattended to. For further research, this study was limited to highlighting the barriers and discussing the findings. It can be further researched in different regions in order to know more about the barriers peculiar to each region and find a better way of solving them. Thank you for listening.